But the only criticism I would have of The Office is, and it's not a criticism of it, is it's led critics into an idiot idea that this is the only sort of sitcom we should have. So that now every time that there is an audience sitcom with big gags in it, people say it's dated. Have these people never seen The Office? And I kind of think, no. You know, if it's a good audience sitcom with good gags in it, then it should be applauded. You know, it's just a different genre. It's a different type of sitcom. So I don't agree that The Office was year zero for sitcom. I think it's a brilliant example, the best example of that type of sitcom. And then there can be other types. Friends being the example of it.
I think American sitcoms, for the most part, are, as you say, they're very slick. There's music coming in. It's death if nobody's doing anything, for the most part. There's some shows that take advantage of those kind of silences too, but this sits in the awkward for a much longer period of time. And the only way that it can do that is by having really great actors and really great writing.
A thing about The Office is it was texturally so fantastically interesting. There were so many interesting things about it. But the shock was that it actually got better in ways that I hadn't expected. I thought that it would be, funny in detail and funny in incident, but the idea that would eventually add up to something, that it would have a proper narrative dimension, tragic dimension, and romantic dimension was a shock and a startlement.
Well, I think the global impact of The Office is that people are just starving for new, funny stuff, and that's what it was. I'd never seen anything like it, and nobody else had either.
I went to a friend's wedding in Greece a couple of years ago, and my friend's cousin was down to the last two to play David Brent in a Greek version of The Office, which I actually don't think got made, because I know he got the role, and then I don't think it got made, but I don't know about that. And I don't think we could ever have envisaged what would happen to it. We hoped that it would do well simply so that we could do more, because it was so enjoyable.
I knew that I hadn't been in a show this good on telly, and I haven't seen many shows as good as this could potentially be while we were filming it. As I said, at first read-through, I really couldn't believe it. And that's funny, because with hindsight, you kind of think, am I misremembering that? Am I just kind of putting history into the room there? But I don't think so. I was pissing myself and crying with laughter,
Even now, if I do think back on some of the days that we worked together, I was nearly sick with laughing. I've never been so close to being physically ill. And what a great thing to be part of is to have a day where you don't stop doing that. I think we might have annoyed everyone else in the building because we were slightly loud with laughter. But if someone's going to be annoyed at that, then I'm very sorry, but that's their hard luck.
It really felt like we were all, especially in that first series, because we were all from nowhere, we didn't know each other, and we bonded quickly and well over this experience, And it did feel like we were in a big gang, It felt like this is good, this is good. There's no way we could have, predicted what would happen. But I knew I was proud of it, and that was what always was important to me.
I honestly did know that it was going to go down very well. I obviously couldn't have predicted how well it would do. But as I said, when I got the script for the pilot episode, I knew that this was the one I had to get. So, and I was singing its praises all the way through filming, and when we'd finished the pilot, I was showing my friends and saying, look, this is what I've just done, this is going to be brilliant.
If in 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years' time people say, hey, you're Dawn from The Office, that's fine by me. Because I just think it's nice if you're remembered for something. Even if it is something that's 60 years old, I'd be very proud to have still been part of it.
I remember coming back for the first day of the second series, and we all did feel, because by then it had kind of hit, It had been repeated, The first series, I think, had been shown twice by the time we convened for the second series. And I remember thinking, this is so exciting. And I remember thinking for the people who were joining for that, the people, the Swindon lot, Patrick Ballady, who plays Neil, I went to drama school with him, and I knew him to be brilliant actor. And I was just looking at this lot, kind of being excited to be in this show. I mean, everyone wanted to be in it. Were really pleased to be in it. And you kind of feel, yeah, it's our show, you know.
I remember it just being a breeze and being, you know, very easy to do, very, just sort of effortless to go into work and do these scenes. I mean, some of the scenes famously took an awful long time to shoot because of all the mucking about, but that was just a symptom of that we were all having such a good time, and it was just tripping along so nicely. It's I haven't done a job since that's been so easy and such a joy to do.
When all's said and done, I don't care if I get up at 4 a.m. and I do 16-hour days. The going in bit and the working bit is the bit that I love, and the rest of it I really couldn't care less about. But the acting, and with those people who were funny and smart and nice, was my best bit about the job, and for that reason I was sorry that it stopped.